Welcome to Where Talent Meets Opportunity, a business show that provides our viewers with business strategies, tips, and information for starting, running, maintaining, and growing any small business. We have a great show planned for you today.
Out of Chicago, Illinois, and I will turn it over to our partner Blake to kick us off.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Blake Stroutens, and I'm the one of the managing partners of Kluever Law Group, and also the managing partner of our litigation department. My colleague here, Kathleen Kramer.
Good morning, I'm Kathleen Kramer. I am the Director of Operations at the Kluever Law Group, specializing in our default services.
So I'd like to start by telling you a little bit about who we are. So Kluever Law Group's been serving the industry for 20 years now. And our attorney profile we have has a wide array of varying backgrounds and experience, with attorneys with over 100 jury trials of experience, nationwide class actions, products liability, and working in-house at banks. But what you're really here to talk about is default servicing, which is approximately half of what our firm does. Our firm services primarily loans in Illinois, but we also service loans in Indiana and Wisconsin as well. Now, I say that default servicing is half of what we do. That's because the other half of what we do is primarily litigation. So we're more of a boutique law firm as opposed to one of the larger default servicing only shops. So on the default side, we do foreclosures, bankruptcies, evictions, REOs, code violations, and property preservation. On the other half of the firm, which is a full service litigation team, we do complex litigation such as appeals and counterclaims, contested foreclosures, contested bankruptcies and adversary proceedings, and all manner of servicer defense litigation. So we have that delicate balance of being able to handle the high volume default servicing aspect, but also the most complicated and complex of issues that might arise in any case that you might have in your portfolio.
As Blake said, we pride ourselves on being separate and apart from the larger default shops that are out there, and we truly are a boutique law firm. And one thing that we do truly believe sets us apart is our client-focused approach. So as Blake spoke a little bit about our attorney background and the wide array of experience that our attorneys bring to the table, our staff and our paralegals also bring an exceptional amount of experience to the table. On average, our employees have 14 years of experience in the industry. And in addition to both our attorneys and our paralegals having extensive experience, one of the other things that truly sets us apart from the larger default shops that are out there is our attorney-paralegal ratio. So typically in a large default shop, you'll get one attorney to 5-10 paralegals. At the Kluever Law Group, you get one attorney to 2 paralegals. So those attorney-paralegal teams work closely together to provide you exceptional communication. You will always have direct contact with our attorneys, whether they're updating the client site that you interface with us in, or you're calling us on the phone or an email. You will never, ever not be able to talk to an attorney when you contact the Kluever Law Group. And anytime you are in contact with us, whether it's the attorney or the paralegal, you will have firsthand loan level knowledge about the files and the portfolio you're calling on. So the attorney paralegal teams oversee your portfolio in totality, and they monitor their loans through their respective milestones. They have daily touch bases together. They're reviewing their reports. They're reviewing the respective reports that we get from you, whether it's from the client site or you directly, to monitor your loans and ensure they're handling them in accordance with both your requirements and obviously the local jurisdictional requirements. In addition to the attorney paralegal oversight in their daily meetings and touch bases, there's also additional management oversight. Every single week we review your entire portfolio at your various milestones with the attorney paralegal team. And this oversight, both on the daily level by the attorney paralegal team and on the weekly level with enhanced management oversight, affords us the opportunity to provide you expedited timelines. And that brings me to the third point that I'm really proud of here at the Kluever Law Group is our scorecard performance. We get scorecards from our clients and they measure us on various metrics, both in foreclosure and bankruptcy, as well as our litigation department. The Kluever Law Group is consistently top in state or top in nation, depending upon what the scorecard monitors. We've been first in state for foreclosure and litigation several months running, and we are currently ranked fifth in nation for bankruptcy. When you work with the Kluever Law Group, you have a competitive advantage. We use industry-specific software called CaseAware. It's compliant with all of the various information security requirements that the industry mandates, and we have robust integration that we utilize. It affords us the opportunity to transfer both the data and documents back and forth between the various client interfacing systems and with our vendors. This affords us the opportunity to, again, reduce our timelines. And by way of having CaseAware, we don't have to wait for a third-party vendor should you or your investor implement a new requirement. We're able to real-time implement that enhancement and that change into our process. So the same day we become aware of a change in your requirement, we're real-time engaging that, having a meeting with our staff, and going live with it. So there is a very short lag time between when you ask us to do something and we're able to comply with that, whether that is a document enhancement or a process enhancement. In addition to being able to change our process instantaneously and our documents, we also control our reports. So every single time there's a new jurisdictional requirement or a client requirement, we're continuously evolving our reports to capture that to ensure nothing falls off track. Those reports are utilized by our teams on a daily basis and by management to oversee the portfolio on a weekly basis. And then by way of having control of our reports, anytime you or your investor require a routine, regular, reoccurring report or an ad hoc report, we're able to provide that to you instantaneously for almost any data point you would be looking for. All of that leads us to why Kluever Law Group is a cost-effective solution for you. So as Blake indicated, you get, when you work with the Kluever Law Group, exceptional attorneys that have a wide array of background, and you have staff that have, on average, 14 years experience. Because we've been able to leverage technology and platform our process and procedure, we've been able to reduce our overhead while maintaining our commitment to firm attorney oversight of every single file that comes into our office. That ensures that you get top-notch, exceptional experience, however you're getting it at a cost-effective price point.
At Kluever Law Group, we take great pride in being industry leaders, whether that's through our membership with the Legal League 100, ALFN, the MBA, or recognition of our attorneys and our position in the state in terms of the exceptional legal services we provide to our clients. We also regularly contribute articles to both DS News, ALFN, and other publications, and we take great pride in having achieved and obtained some of the most preeminent foreclosure published appellate court decisions in the state of Illinois. And the last point we'd like to touch on is really something that's impacted all of us here, both on a personal and professional level, is COVID-19. Thankfully, due to the diversification of our firm, which again, as I mentioned, is split between half default servicing and half litigation, we've been able to weather the storm quite well. Our staff is still working on an everyday basis. You know, we had to reduce some hours for certain folks because of the moratoriums that are in place, but they're still working every day. So once that moratorium is lifted, the pipeline opens and the flood of referrals comes pouring in, we're ready to come up to speed 100% and serve your needs. And you know, a lot of what I'm seeing here kind of parallels the housing crisis we dealt with years ago, where you've got this glut of foreclosures and referrals that are going to be in the pipeline and a mad rush to try and get them through the system. And we learned a lot of lessons in that period, and we learned innovative and creative ways to service our clients and get those large portfolios of loans moving quickly and efficiently through the system. And we're ready to do so in the coming year as these challenges continue to plague us.